Welcome to CognitionChunks. I'm going to Yellowstone National Park soon. This is my first visit and I would like to get as much out of my trip as I can. Can I use GPT to prepare? This was GPT's suggestion for daily hikes starting at the south entrance and following the figure 8. It looks okay, but I'm wondering if this skips anything worth not missing. So I'll probably also do a few videos on specific hikes for more info. Geysers to Glaciers, a week of walking in Yellowstone. Day 1, starting from the south entrance. Grant Village to West Thumb Geyser Basin. Hike around the West Thumb Geyser Basin area, exploring the geothermal features and lakeshore. Recommended hike, West Thumb Geyser Basin Loop, 1.5 miles. Day 2. Bridge Bay, Lake Village, Fishing Bridge Museum, and Visitor Center. Enjoy scenic viewpoints along the lakeshore. Hike to Natural Bridge near Bridge Bay, 2 miles round trip. Explore the Fishing Bridge Museum and Visitor Center. Day 3. Mud Volcano, Lower/Upper Falls, and Canyon Village. Hike the South Rim Trail from Artist Point to Uncle Tom's Trailhead, taking in views of the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. Visit the Mud Volcano area and hike the Dragon's Mouth Loop, 0.8 miles. Enjoy the overlooks and viewpoints of the Lower and Upper Falls. Day 4, on the way to Mammoth. Norris Museum/Geyser Basin, Museum of the Park Ranger, Roaring Mountain, Obsidian Cliff, Indian Creek, Bunsen Peak. Explore the Norris Geyser Basin and visit the Norris Museum. Visit the Museum of the Park Ranger near Norris. Stop at Roaring Mountain Viewpoint. Check out Obsidian Cliff and Indian Creek. Consider a hike up Bunsen Peak, 4.6 miles round trip, for panoramic views. Day 5. Mammoth Hot Springs, Undine/Wraith Falls. Explore the Mammoth Hot Springs terraces. Hike to Undine Falls, 0.5 miles, and Wraith Falls, 1 mile. Day 6, on the way past Canyon again, approaching the middle of the figure 8. Tower Roosevelt, Dunraven Pass. Drive through Tower Roosevelt area. Take in the views at Dunraven Pass. Day 6A, as you start to descend the left side of the figure 8. Norris Geyser Basin as you follow the downward curve of the figure 8. Norris Geyser Basin is the most dynamic of Yellowstone's thermal areas. Day 7. Artists' Paint Pots, Gibbon Falls, Madison, Fountain Paint Pot, Midway Geyser Basin, Biscuit Basin, Black Sand Basin, Old Faithful, Lone Star Geyser, Craig Pass. Explore the Artists' Paint Pots area, 1.2 miles. Stop at Gibbon Falls and enjoy the viewpoint. Visit Madison and hike to the Madison River, 0.5 miles. Explore the Fountain Paint Pot area and hike the Fountain Paint Pot Loop, 0.5 miles. Visit Midway Geyser Basin, Biscuit Basin, and Black Sand Basin for short walks around the geothermal features. Witness the eruption of Old Faithful. Hike to Lone Star Geyser, 4.8 miles round trip, for a scenic walk. Drive through Craig Pass for beautiful views. Greetings, CognitionChunks viewers. We've just concluded an invigorating week-long journey in Yellowstone, from the explosive energy of geysers to the tranquil permanence of glaciers. Our expedition, which followed a meticulous figure 8 pattern starting from the south entrance, has been a holistic curriculum in nature's grandest classroom. Let's unpack the multidisciplinary revelations we've encountered. Our hike led us to the glaciers that once sculpted Yellowstone's landscape. Here, the ancient ice forms introduced us to climatology and the profound geologic timescale. How have Earth's cycles influenced the formation and retreat of glaciers? The answers reveal climate change's overarching narrative. We explored hot springs teeming with extremophiles, organisms that thrive in extreme conditions. This opened a Pandora's box of questions about the origins of life. Could similar extremophiles exist elsewhere in the universe, perhaps on planets like Mars or moons like Europa? Our path then led us to areas impacted by human activity. The history of Yellowstone as the first national park sparked conversations about geopolitics, land management, and environmental ethics. How can we balance our need for exploration and settlement with ethical responsibilities toward conservation? The ecological diversity in Yellowstone's Lamar Valley provided a backdrop for understanding complex system dynamics. Here, the predator-prey relationships serve as a real-world example of feedback loops, governed by principles that extend to fields like economics, technology, and even human behavioral sciences. Tower fall, the phenomena of falling water triggered discussions on quantum mechanics. The laws that govern the smallest particles in these water droplets are bizarre and counterintuitive, yet they shape the universe at its most fundamental levels. Yellowstone's prismatic springs, with their dazzling colors and intricate patterns, became the focal point for understanding sensory perception. The way light interacts with minerals and how our eyes perceive these colors offer profound insights into cognitive neuroscience. We closed our journey at the iconic Old Faithful, which immediately thrust us into a riveting lesson on fluid dynamics. How is it that geysers like Old Faithful erupt with such predictability? The answer lies in the depths of thermodynamics and fluid dynamics, demonstrating how natural phenomena obey mathematical principles. In summary, our week in Yellowstone has been nothing short of a multidisciplinary odyssey. Each day's hike was not just an exploration of a geographical location, but also an excavation into a specific realm of human knowledge, be it physics, biology, politics, or philosophy. This is CognitionChunks, where the landscape itself becomes the text of a living, evolving manuscript, each mile an appendix in a limitless encyclopedia. As we prepare for future intellectual treks, may your appetite for wisdom be as insatiable as the fires that fuel Yellowstone's geothermal wonders. Until next time, stay eternally thirsty for knowledge. Like and subscribe for more content. Farewell. Was this accurate? Did GPT just make up a bunch of stuff that does not exist or does not make sense? I'll let you know how GPT did in a few weeks.